So now let's move on to the next demonstration. Guest lecture today is by Dr. Rama Kanwar. Rama, good afternoon. Are you here?
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Rama. Let me introduce you to the participants. So, Rama, is a IIT Bombay student actually. She earned her PhD here at IIT Bombay in the year 2012. And then she subsequently did a very small postdoctoral stint at College of New York, USA. And then she joined the Department of Chemistry, IISER Bhopal as a research associate. And then immediately she moved to Mohanlal Sukhadia University, Udaipur.
Yes.
And she's currently working as assistant professor there in the Department of Chemistry. And she has also attended our lot of workshops, and she attended particularly the Chem Collective workshop. And she was a teaching assistant also for the beginner workshop. So she's very familiar with the software, and now she's going to give a guest lecture and demonstrate a problem. Okay, Rama, over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind introduction. So let me tell about first things about my university. Many of you don't know about this. This is the university situated at South Rajasthan. Udaipur, you must be knowing because of that destination weddings and all. So yeah, it's but most of the place of South Rajasthan is tribal. Major means most major population of this area is tribal. So many colleges affiliated to this university doesn't have so much infrastructure or buildings or labs and everything to perform the experiment. So when I came to know about this virtual lab concept, so I attended this workshop, and then I came to know that it's very good idea to give student uh, uh, something like that information to give before they go to real world and they perform the experiment. So my experience is that virtual lab can give a student a very so much information before they go into lab and perform the experiment. After that, it's cost effective also, because as soon as many students don't know how to perform experiment, sometimes they mix the solution wrongly or something like. So if they have an idea before they go and perform the experiment, so it will be beneficial for them. So as Gomti ma'am already discussed about the all the theories about pH and everything, so I'll directly start the problem. So I'll share my slides. So here is the slides. So the title of this topic is pH of acid and base mixture. So as we all know, the elementary, like 11th class or in BSc, or 11th 12th class or in BSc, what we have to do, the small problems which is related to acid and base mixture. So the first problem which is here is problem first. Calculate the pH of a solution formed by mixing of 40 ml of 0.03 molar HClO4, 50 ml of 0.01 molar HCl, and 10 ml of water. So first what I will do, I'll just give the solution, means calculations, and later on I'll show it to you too on the virtual lab. So how can we calculate it? So first, for HCl and HClO4, normality and molarity both are same, that we all know. So how normality of HClO4 is 0.03, volume which we are going to take is 40 ml. Now normality of HCl is 0.01, and volume of the HCl is 50 ml, and water is 10 ml. So what calculation we will do here? The concentration of H plus ions, because in both cases we are taking acids, so we have to calculate the concentration of H plus ions. For that, what we will do, we will take the both compounds moles, how much mole we need. So N1V1 plus N2V2 divided with total volume. So for that, we will get this calculation. 0.03 multiplied with 40 and 0.01 is multiplied with 50 divided with 100. So after this calculation, we get the H plus concentration is 1.7 into 10 to the power minus 2 mole per liter. So as we all know, the pH is minus logarithm of log 10 H plus ions. So with that, what we will do, the pH is coming 1.77. So now we will check this calculation in virtual lab. So here it is. First we will take the HClO4 solution, which is in the weak acids. So as we need it 0.03 molar, so we can take the 3 molar HClO4. Here it is. And 1 molar of HCl. Okay, now we can take the Erlenmeyer flask, or we can take this volumetric 100 ml. This is the one, and here we can take the another one. This will also. So we can rename this flask and this one. Okay, so if you do the calculation according to, if you want to make the 0.03 molar solution, so what we need to do, we need to do a calculation N1V1 is equals to N2V2, and from that we can find out that 1 ml, if we take HClO4 and 99 ml of water, will give you 0.03 molar of solution from 3 molar HClO4 solution. So what we will do, we will measure 1 ml. So this we can rename, because we should not use the same measuring cylinder. Okay, and here we can take for so here it is. So what we will do, we will take the HClO4, write 1 ml here and 4. Okay, now we will put here, this we can put here and 4. Okay, now we will take water, distilled water. So this we need, we can take twice from there, or we can take directly also, like if you want to pour, or we can take in conical flask. Yeah, this is for water. We can rename this one. Okay, so in this we will take 99 ml of water, and this water we are going to pour in this HClO4 solution. Now in this HCl measuring cylinder, we will pour this 1 ml of HCl. Again we will take 99 ml of water.
Rama, there are some questions in the chat box. They are saying you can add directly. You're using measuring cylinders. So
yeah, no,
some
I'm using
participants
this
use.
Erlenmeyer, right?
For measuring, but
Yeah.
I think in the real lab we really use measuring cylinder to
Yeah,
transfer.
but actually it is that 50 ml is there, 100 ml was not there,
Yes.
so that's why. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, please
So
proceed.
now we need to mix this one. So what we will do, we will take one Erlenmeyer. Here, this is, we rename as a mixture. Okay, so we need 10 ml of, we need 40 ml of HClO4, 50 ml of HCl. Was that the same in that? Okay, this is the 10 ml only. Or TMN, or we can directly from there we can pour the 50 ml and 10 ml we need from the water. So here it is 10 ml. Yeah, so we have seen that we have prepared the 0.03 molar HClO4 solution and 0.01 molar of HCl solution. So now we have to mix 40 ml of HClO4. So in real lab, we have to use measuring cylinder and all that. Here I will do that directly, otherwise the time will consume. So what I will do, I will pour the 40 ml. HClO4. So you can see here the pH is 1.52. So now we will take the HCl solution. This we need to mix 50 ml. So we'll take this 50 ml. So here, and we have to again pour 10 ml of water. So here 10 ml of water. Okay, so here you can see clearly that the HClO4 is having 1.52 pH. Here you can see, and the HCl solution has, I think it's completely gone. It's having less. So now if we mix this one, because it's empty, it's not showing, that's why. So now if we see the mixture, it's showing pH is 1.77, which is the same which we got from the mathematical calculation. Okay, so now the next problem we can solve, the problem second. So calculate the pH of a mixture containing 20 ml of 0.1 molar NaOH added to 10 ml of 0.1 molar HCl. So here I have taken the same solution which is available in virtual lab inventory. So here is the calculation. If we mix HCl plus NaOH, it gives the NaCl and water. It's the simple calculation. So as we all know, the number of moles is equals to concentration and volume. So N is equals to C multiplied with V. So number of moles, N is number of moles, C is concentration, volume, V is volume in liter. So now we can see the concentration of HCl is 0.1 molar. Concentration of NaOH is again 0.1 molar. Volume of HCl is 10 ml and volume of NaOH is 20 ml. So here we see 10 into 10 to the power minus 3 liter and 10 is to 20 into 10 to the power minus 3 liter. If we convert this ml into liter. So now we have to calculate the number of moles of HCl and number of moles of NaOH. So for that we need to use the same formula which I mentioned above. So N is equals to C1V1. So C is 0.1 and the V is 10 into 10 to the power minus 3 for HCl. So the number of moles comes is 1 into 10 to the power minus 3 mole. Now NaOH, for NaOH, what we need to do, N is equals to C2 multiply with V2. So again the 0.1 is C2, this which is concentration of NaOH, and V2 is volume of NaOH. So 20 into 10 to the power minus 3. So if we calculate this, we will get the 2 into 10 to the power minus 3 mole. So here HCl is limiting reagent because its amount is less. So if we mix the strong acid and strong base, we have to identify the limiting reagent. So here it is HCl. So NaOH remains in solution. The extra OH ions will remain in the solution. So remaining NaOH moles in solution, how can we calculate? We can calculate according to number of moles minus number of moles of HCl. So 2 into 10 to the power minus 3 minus 1 into 10 to the power minus 3. So here we can see the solution comes 1 into 10 to the power minus 3 mole. This is the number of moles of NaOH which remains in the solution. So total volume of solution, now we can see the 10 ml of HCl and 20 ml of NaOH, multiply with 10 to the power minus 3 to convert it into liter. So 30 into 10 to the power minus 3 liter. This is the total volume we will get. So here again the same formula, pH is equals to minus log 10 of H plus concentration, and we all know the H plus and OH minus concentration is 10 to the power minus 14. So water, it's showing water ionization. So here H plus ion is equals to 10 to the power minus 14 divided with OH minus concentration. So concentration of OH minus can be calculated by N is equals to C multiply with V. So concentration's formula comes N by V. OH minus is equals to N by V. So which is 1 into 10 to the power minus 3, and we have calculated earlier here this N, 1 into 10 to the power minus 3, and volume is 3 into.
So neither.
Okay, V is equals to 30 into 10 to the power minus 3. So H plus ions can be calculated by 10 to the power minus 14 divided with 0.033, and which gives a solution of 30.303 multiplied with 10 to the power minus 4. And we will take log of this value. We get the answer is 12.52 pH should come. So now we can check this one into virtual lab. So here it is. So we can start the new workbench, this one, and we need here 0.1 molar HCl and 0.1 molar of NaOH. So which will be in strong bases here. So now we need of this one 20 ml of 0.1 molar NaOH. So for that, for mixing, we will take the Erlenmeyer flask. We will rename this one mixture. Okay, and we need 10 ml of HCl. Put this one back here. So you can see here the pH of this solution is 1 here in this scale. And here H plus ions also we can see here H plus ion, OH minus ion, and Cl. Now we will pour the 20 ml of 0.1 molar of NaOH. So here we can add this one 20, and this base again if you see NaOH solution 0.1 molar NaOH solution's pH is 13 here. So now we can check the mixture's pH. So it's coming around 15.51. Okay, and in theoretical it comes like when I performed, then it was showing, yeah, it's a 12.52. So it is the same which came by from this calculation. Okay, so now we move on to our third problem. So in this, how many ml of 1 molar HCl solution do you need to add to 10 molar of 1 molar HCl solution to get a solution with pH is equals to 12. So it's a reverse calculation you need to do in this. So for this solution, what we need to do, as we all know, pH plus pOH is equals to 14. And for pH is equals pH 12, we need to calculate pH is equals to 14 minus pH. So pH is equals to 14 minus 12 is equals to 2. So now pOH is minus logarithm of OH plus OH minus ion, and minus logarithm of OH minus ion is equal to 2. We can calculate from here directly. And OH minus ion is, we take the anti-log of 2, so which comes 10 to the power minus 2, that means 0.01 molar, 0.01 molar solution. So we need to prepare 0.01 molar solution. So here it is. So for HCl and NOH, we all know the normality and molarity are same, as we have already discussed. So normality of 1 molar NOH is 1, volume of 1 molar NOH 10 ml, normality of 1 molar of 1, and HCl volume we have to find out. So, and net normality of the solution we got from the calculation, it is 0.01. So for V net volume of the solution, again 10 the volume of NOH, and plus we have to add the volume of this HCl solution, which is unknown. So now we will calculate here. So NV, the net NV is equals to N1 V1 minus N2 V2. So here what is N1 V1? It's the NOH. So and N2 V2, it's for HCl. So we have to put all the values in this formula. So N is equals to 0.01. This is the net solution, and its volume is 10 plus V is equals to 1 multiplied with 10. 1 is normality of NOH, and volume is 10 for NOH, minus 1 normality for HCl, and V is unknown for HCl. So now we will calculate this one. So we get the final calculation is 1. V is equals to 9.8. So 9.8 ml you need of HCl to require the prepare the solution to bring this pH of NOH solution to 12. So now we can perform this experiment in a virtual lab and see this one. So again, I'll add the new workbench. So here we need 1 molar of HCl and 1 molar of NOH. So if we mix, if we see, this is 0 pHs, and here 14. So again we will take the mixture, or we will take the one Erlenmeyer to mix this one, rename this one. Okay, and now we need 10 ml of this NOH solution. So we'll put here and pour. Now put back. So if you see this pH, the 10 ml of 1 molar NOH solution is having 14 pH. So now we will add 9.8 ml of HCl into this. So you can see here the pH is 11.87, which is gradually will increase and reach to 12. Because if you see here, the concentration of H plus ion is keep on changing. So you can see here also. So you have to just wait for few seconds. So here you can see 11.99. So yeah. So here it is, this value will go and reach to this 12. So from this calculation, we can come to, if you use 9.8 ml of HCl to bring this 1 molar NaOH, 10 ml of 1 molar NaOH solution to 12. So here is the one. So yeah, these are the three problems based on this simple pH experiment, which we can teach our student in our colleges. So they can learn this concept very carefully, because these are the very basic concepts which I tried to explain them here. Thank you so much, and I'm open to questions if anyone having any question.
Yes, participants, any questions? Rama, that was really very, very useful experiments you have shown. They are very good, and the problems are so simple and very easily
Thanks, ma'am. Thank
doable.
you.
And these are very basic problems which
Yeah.
a science student must know. So yeah, thank you, Rama.
Actually, ma'am, many times what happens, students don't know the basic things which they should know. So these are the very few basic concepts which I tried to explain here.
Yes. Any questions for Rama, participants?
Yes, ma'am, just a minute. The question I had to ask was to you also. In this platform, is there no concept of shaking a solution?
No, because these are all already, because this is programmed, when you immediately put, there's no physical thing you're doing. So the program immediately mixes it, like it's programmed that way, that it should show instant.
No, like it was, like she was waiting for some time and there is marginal change in the pH. That's why I'm asking. That actually led me to think.
Yes, but I think there is nothing to shake. But in some other teachers have made videos. There I saw that they're catching with mouse the beaker and then shaking it, like moving the mouse, so the beaker also moves.
Ma'am,
So
it is
that way they are doing
OLAP,
it. Yeah.
OLAP is more animated.
OLAP it is happening. Yeah.
It is there, ma'am.
So,
in OLAP it is there. The burner
because
also.
these are interactive. You yourself can take the beaker with the mouse and then maybe shake it a little. That's what some people have done. Okay. So there is no beaker or glass rod to stir. So I think there's no stirring, instrument available actually here. Yes. Any questions for Rama, Dr. Rama?
Ma'am, I wanted to ask, can we link these reactions to find heat of the reaction? And we can note down.
Yeah. Next tutorial hands-on session is on heats of reaction. So you will learn more there. Okay, and I am also demonstrating 2 problems there. So you will learn. Yeah.
Okay, thanks a lot.
So if there are no more questions for Rama, I will thank Rama. Thank you, Rama, for a
Thank you so much,
nice session. It was a lot of learning, actually, and thank you. Nice to see you. Okay, yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Rama. Thank you.
Thank you, Rama. This is Madhuri. Thank you so much. It was very, very good, actually.
Thank you, ma'am.
I just liked it so much, actually.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for making me a part of this workshop. Thank you.
And only one request I have for you. If you can share your slides, maybe there may be some teachers who may want to know those calculations, and of course they all know. But I would like to put. There are some students also here. So
okay.
If you can share the slides, I can give it to them whoever requests. Yeah.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rama.